Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to explain you about mesh analysis. It is this simplified form of analyzing a circuit. It is also using Ohm's law only. Ohm's law is the fundamental law. For all the analysis, we must use Ohm's law only. So before going to start mesh analysis, we need to know what are all the advantages of it. If I use a mesh analysis, the first one is I need not use circuit reduction technique. Circuit reduction technique is not needed. That is one advantage. When the circuit reduction techniques are not used, we need not apply, no need to apply division rules. And third advantage is no need to identify nodes. No need to identify a nodes. These are all the advantages of using a mesh analysis. Then what are all the procedures we need to follow to apply a mesh analysis? The procedures are we need to ensure that all the sources should be a voltage source. Voltage source must be present. If you have a current source, use source transform to convert current source to a voltage source. That you need to do while we are going to apply this mesh analysis. And the second thing is, here we need to apply Kirchhoff's voltage law. So these 2 points we need to remember. And we have another third point. When you have a presence of a resistance between a nodes, if you have a resistor between two loops, means in that resistor more than one current should flow. So I will tell you what is the actual meaning of this. When you apply a mesh law in a complex circuit, if you found that when the resistance is present between the loop, in that loop more than one current flow must be there, and I will write this as a 4 point. For which loop we are writing loop equation that loop current is always positive. So these are all the 4 points you need to remember before we are going to apply a mesh analysis in any of the circuit. It is easiest method only. I will tell you one by one. I will repeat those procedures one by one. We need to ensure that all sources should be a voltage sources. If you have a current source, we need to convert that into a voltage source. Here we need to apply Kirchhoff's voltage law. So if you have a resistance between two loops, more than one current flow must be there. For which loop we are writing loop equation, that loop current is always positive. So now I have taken this circuit as an example. For this circuit, we are going to apply a mesh analysis to determine current across all the resistance. So now I already shown you like the first step what you need to ensure is we must have all the sources should be a voltage source, but in the given circuit we have one voltage source, and the second source what we have is the current source. When you have a current source, there we need to apply source transformation, and we need to convert that current source into a voltage source. So here also we are going to use Ohm's law. According to the Ohm's law, V equal to I into R. The I value which we have in this circuit is 10, and the resistance is 5, and the voltage is 50 volts. So after applying a source transformation, now we need to rearrange the given circuit diagram. So for the rearranging, this we haven't touched. This 3 resistance and this source we need to draw as like that without any change in it. Now in the circuit only we need to apply that source transformation. Here we need to check the direction. The direction is downwards direction, so that one way I must have a negative on the top. Negative is the first terminal and positive is the bottom terminal. So like that. Now I have jointed with the wire, but here we need to introduce source resistance in series with that source, this converted source, and the value of this converted voltage is 50 volts, and this is 3 ohm, 6 ohm, 10 ohm and 5 ohm. Now I have given you hint how to determine the number of loops. It is easily we can determine. We have 2 closed paths, so here we have 2 loops. So here we need not apply any Kirchhoff's current law. Simply we can write this arrow direction, and we need to name this as a I1 current and this current as a I2 current, and this I1 I2 is called as a mesh current. So my second step, I have informed you, there we need to apply Kirchhoff's voltage law. So according to voltage law, in a closed circuit, voltage drop across individual resistance which is equal to source. Here I have a 2 resistance, so I need to write 2 voltages. So the first one is, first we need to write, you are going to apply, or else you are going to write loop equation in loop number 1. So here we have a 2 resistance. One is independent resistance, there it is not connected between a loop, so it is 3I1, that is 1 voltage. But I have informed you, when I have a presence of a resistance between a loop, more than one current flow should be there. For which loop you are writing loop equation, that 6 is the resistance which is present between a loop, so that in that resistance more than one current has to be taken. In that, here we are writing equation for loop number 1, so that the loop number 1 current I1 is always positive, so that I have written it as 6I1 minus I2. Since we will have a presence of a source over here, and I am naming that as a 20. After simplifying it, we will get it as 9I1 minus of 6I2, which is equal to 20. This is my equation number 1. And we are going to write a loop equations in loop number 2. So in that loop we have a 3 resistance. Obviously these 2 are in series, so directly we can add it. Here the 6 is the resistance present between a loop, so that here also we need to take 2 current, but here in this equation, in this loop equation, we need to take I2 as a positive. So according to that consideration, the first one is 15 I2 plus 6 I2 minus of I1. Since here we have source also, the source direction is also negative to positive, so it is as like the assigned direction. So I am taking that as a plus value. Now after simplifying it, we will get these values as minus 6 I1 plus 21 I2, which is equal to 50. This is the equation number 2. In a calculator, using that equations concepts, we can substitute those values so that we can able to get the answers for it. This method you can use it for verification purpose only. So I have already instructed where A1 is said to be first equation A1 coefficient and B1 is first equation I2 coefficient and C is a constant. Repeat the same for the equation number 2 also. If you do it so, we will get two unknown values. Those two unknown values are, the first one is said to be I1 value, this is 4.7 amps, and the second one is I2 value and it is 3.72 ampere. This is the answer we got using mesh analysis. So within 2 steps itself we are getting the current for the 2 loop equations, but which is not possible on Ohm's and Kirchhoff's. Now I will give you another hint how to apply mesh analysis in this circuit, and that method is called as a inspection method. Inspection method. Here what we need to do is, how many number of loops we have, those order of a matrix we need to form. Here we have a 2 loops, so 2 cross 2 matrix we need to frame. Here the diagonal alone positive, the remaining and all negative values only. For the first row first value we need to add all the resistance which is present in loop number 1 alone. So here we have 2 resistance, so this is 9 value, and this is the resistance present between a loop, and this is -6. The same thing is coming over here. When you come to a loop number 2, the summation of all the resistance present in loop number 2 is R22, since it is summation of all is 1521. That's all, which is equal to sources are a constant. In loop number 1 we are having 20 volt and loop number 2 50 volt. So this is the another way of verifying whether you got a correct equations or not, and this method is called as a inspection method too. Thank you. In the given problem, we need to determine current across individual resistance. The conclusion we need to give. When you check into the circuit, for the 3 ohm I1 current is flowing. So current in 3 ohm is I1 and the answer for the I1 is 4.7 amps, and current in 6 ohm is difference between I1 and I2. So if you take a difference between those two, then we will get it as a point, because I1 is the higher one, so higher minus lower will give you 0.99 ampere, and current in 10 ohm resistance is, this is the 10 ohm. Here we have a direct independent I2 current, so on the I2 value is 3.72 amps. Current in 5 ohm, this is also I2, which is equal to 3.72 amps. That's it. So here we have 4 resistance. The current present in all the 4 resistance has been mentioned over here. So in this way we can able to determine current across individual resistance also. Thank you.